Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking through basically all the books that I own. I did this video quite a while ago. If you watched it, you'll see that quite a lot of them are the same because I haven't actually read a lot of my books on my physical TBR. But we're going to be doing that now. So if you want me to, if you want to see me read any of these, please comment them down below because I need to get reading and I need to get tackling my TBR. So we're going to start with the books that end up on my floor, and yeah, I'm going to give you a final count of how many books that I have, and there's quite a few books that live on my floor, as you will see, and they're quite dusty and not very nice. So I need to get reading so they all fit on my bookshelf, but for reference, my bookshelf is about this wide. And most of the shelves I have 2 layers of books on them as well, so quite a lot of books. So let's go. So I don't really know if this is in any kind of order. Oh, I'm going to leave that one because it's part of a series. Okay, we have Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I read Normal People not that long ago and I'm so excited about reading this one. The Split by Laura Kay. I bought this at 66 books, not sure why, but I need to read it. It's quite big writing as well, so I will get through that pretty quickly. Then this one is The Wild Sheep Chase by, oh my god, how do you say, Haruki Murakami? I want to say. They're like the proper book, like I think, is it classic? I don't know, but this is like a special edition version of it and it's absolutely stunning. One of my lecturers lent me this book, as in like the normal copy, and I was like, I think I have this, like I've definitely heard of it, and then I went and pulled this out and I was like, oh my god, this is it. So absolutely stunning. I need to read that. Then we have Wicked, which, as you can see, started reading quite a while ago and then I haven't continued because I just found it quite, fantasy I always find quite hard to keep going with sometimes, so that was very much the case in this one. Like, I'm so much of a theatre kid and I love it so much and I was enjoying this, but I think with a fantasy I love to dedicate the time to it that I know it deserves, and when I don't have that time I feel like I'm kind of failing the book because I know I'm not enjoying it as much as I should be. And that was what I was feeling with this book. Like, I was enjoying it, but I was like, if I sat down and read this solidly for 50 minutes, I would be in love. So we're going to take the bookmark out because we are going to restart this book at some point. I want to try and read it before the next Wicked movie comes out. So I have until November to get this off my TBR. Let's do it. I literally have the release date on my phone in my calendar. Like, Wicked comes out today. Daisy Jones and the Six. Again, tried to read this. Could not get into it. I need to try again because everyone raves about this book. I read Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, absolutely loved it. It's one of my favourite books of all time. And then I read One True Loves, I think it is, by her also, and absolutely loved that one. I just couldn't get into this one and I was probably like this far in and I was just like, not for me today, like, need a different book. This next one is also part of a series, but I don't have the next book, and that is The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. Yeah, I need to read this. Again, everyone says really good things. Nowhere near. Then I got the first two books in, I can't remember what series this is called, but Done and Dusted and Swifted and Saddled. Need to get the others, need to read these. They look quite short as well, so should be quite quick reads, hopefully. Definitely want to get those done. Where the Crawdad Sings, Delia Owens. Need to read this. Obsessed. I haven't even watched the film. My dad's watched the film. My dad wants to read this book. Happy Place, Emily Henry. I haven't read any Emily Henry books yet. I have another one set over there. I'm going to keep this one off my shelf so I can keep it with the other one for now. But yeah, so I need to break my Emily Henry virginity and read an Emily Henry book because I'm missing out. Then we have The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule, which is to do with Ted Bundy, and obviously I'm a psychology student. Well, actually I'm not anymore, but like, I'm a psychology lover, and yeah. Then we have And actually, I can't remember if this book is part of a series. I'll have to put on the screen if it is, but Everyone Here Is Lying by Shari Lapina, and I really need to read this. It looks so good, and I was just intrigued by the cover, to be honest. Like, how stunning. Absolutely love it. Catherine Centre, Hello Stranger. Got this the other day. It was in sale in the works, and I was like, £2? Yes, please. So, of course, I had to buy it. The Woman by Kristen Hanna. Haven't read any Kristen Hanna books. Well, that's a lie. I don't know where it is. Oh, down there. I've started The Nightingale. Hang on. These are the only 2 Kristen Hanna books that I own, because I don't know about anyone else. My biggest pet peeve when it comes to books is having the glossy cover. I hate it. Don't ever give me a glossy cover. I'm not a fan. I own a few that have glossy covers, and I'm not a fan. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it. And the majority of Kristen Hanna books have glossy covers. So if I'm going to read any, I'm going to need to borrow them from the library. I can't own them. Even though I know they'll be great books, I just can't. So we have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, which I'm currently reading, and we have The Women by Kristen Hanna, which I really want to read. So I will be getting around to that as soon as possible. Why did I just completely forget? Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is obviously a classic, and it's absolutely stunning. I got it from TK Maxx, and yeah, I really want to read it. So there's that. And then we have The Auschwitz Photographer. I honestly went through a phase, probably when I was 15, 16. I honestly would probably only read historical fiction and like books about Auschwitz and like all different like books about the wars, and it's the only things I would read. So actually I'm quite excited to read like books like this again. Like, I've had this for years and I just haven't read it. And then like also like Kristen Hanna, because I know the majority of her books are like historical fiction, which is brilliant. Then we have Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but sorry if I'm not. I tried to read this not that long ago, and I couldn't. The writing style it's kind of all written without punctuation, firstly, and then there's like I don't know, it just baffled me a little bit and I couldn't get into it. But I do remember like enjoying the characters, so I do need to get back into that, but it's just a little bit, I feel like that's put me off picking it up again, but I know it's supposed to be such a good book. Then we have Friends and Strangers by J. Courtney Sullivan, and I just loved this cover when I bought it. Again, I bought it a few years ago. Really need to read it. So yeah, I am going to be reading that one. I'm going to be reading them all because, let's be honest, I have to. Then we have Bob Mortimer, The Satsuma Complex. When I read the back of this blurb, I was captivated. Like, genuinely, I want to read this as soon as possible. I said that then. I still want to read it as soon as possible. Hopefully I'll have more time now that I'm not at uni. I say that. Haven't read at all in the last week. Then we have Sociopath by Patrick Gang. And again, this was my psychology inside me picking this up because, yeah, I'm a psychology student at the end of the day. Women Living Deliciously by Florence Given. I just thought the book was stunning. Obviously this has been living on my floor and I don't know if you can see it, but my moisturiser spilt. I'm fuming because this is such a stunning book, and like I had the vision of this just sitting on a coffee table one day when I move out, but now it's got a mark on it, so I'm gonna have to get a new one. See, this is my problem. A mark, tiny little mark like that really annoys me. Then we have The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. That rhymes. Hey ho. I think my friend got me that and I haven't read it yet. I need to read it. As we have discovered, I'm really behind. Need I say anything else? Archer's Voice, Mia Sheridan. I can't. I need to read it. I've heard literally such good things, and I think because I've heard such good things, I'm scared of reading it. Like, I'm actually scared, and I need to get over that. A Knife in the Back by Alex Coombs. This was from my friends. They got it in a little blind date with a book package, and I need to read it. It's a little sci-fi, and I don't really read sci-fis, but is it sci-fi? I can't remember. Mystery. It's mystery. It's not sci-fi. What am I talking about? Hello? I don't really read mysteries. The only mystery I've really read is, what's her name? Daisy Darker. I consider that a mystery. By, can't remember. I do know this. I don't know. Can't be bothered to spend the time thinking about it. Then we have Love Letters to a Serial Killer by Tasha Coriel. Again, this was my psychology brain picking this up because it sounds really interesting, and yeah. Then we have, that's not that, The Way We Survive, Notes on Rape Culture. As you can see, okay. I have started tabbing the sides of this, but I only got like 30 pages in, and I've like tabbed loads of different things. This is quite nice. It says sexual violence is incredibly complex and strikingly simple at the same time. Sexual violence is the catcall we hear on the way to work when we take out our headphones for a moment. It is the fact that I was spiked in a club when I was 18 years old and brushed it off as a slightly scary anecdote to tell in the years following. It is the fact that almost all women and non-binary people I know have been sexually assaulted or abused in some capacity. It is the fact that all of them have definitely been sexually harassed. Sexual violence is the insidious monster of patriarchy and misogyny, concoctions of brutal power and cruelty. It is also the millions of stories we will never hear from individual victims and survivors within these systems of power and violence. Sexual violence is both the black and white and the infinite grey in between. And there's just some really nice bits in this book, and I need to go back to reading this because I think it is really nice. Can't get over it. Anyway, on a bit of a different note, we have A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini. Hosseini? I said that wrong, sorry. This is actually my nan's book. It's a bit tattered. It's a bit old, that's what it is. But nonetheless. Then we have one of my favourite authors, and I don't know why I haven't read this yet because I'm obsessed. What a Way to Go by Bella Mackie. Absolutely adore the woman. I think she is amazing. I need to read it. I just didn't have time when I was at uni, and again I wanted to dedicate the time to it. Then we have Escape to the Ghetto by John Carr. Don't know when I'm going to read that, to be honest. My dad bought it for me a few years ago. That was again when I was in my like historical fiction era, and I haven't got back in it enough to be able to read it. But Sisters Under the Rising Sun by Heather Morris. Heather Morris is obviously a go-to author for someone that used to love historical fiction, so I bought every book. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I just haven't got around to reading this, let's be honest. I've not heard great things, so do I want to put myself out there and read it? Probably not. Then we have Want by Gillian Anderson. Again, one of those kind of books that's about some interesting topics. Then we have a series that I'm going to do now, the Magnolia Park series. I bought this quite recently actually, and yeah, so there is a whole 5 books in this little stack here, and I'm so excited to get reading them because honestly obsessed. And then we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I need to read this whole series, but I just have so many fantasy books that I'm trying to read at the minute that I just don't have time, to be completely honest with you. This is the one that I was talking about, that I have the other book down there. I'll get it in a second. But If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. And then I have If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan. It's literally right down there. I can see it. It's on my shelf. So this is the If Only I Had Told Her. Your World, Abby Jimenez. I don't know how you say it. I don't know. But that would be my first book of Abby's, because I've never read one before. 8 Perfect Hours. Again, need to read that. That's all the books that live on my floor, apart from 2 more, but I'm going to show you those in a second because one's down there and one's on my bed, and yeah. I'm going to basically reorganise this shelf because I have a shelf that's dedicated to series, but at the minute a lot of those series aren't on there because I've bought new books, or a lot of other books have gone onto that shelf because I just haven't had space, or I've read part of the series and then I've gone, oh, I'll put them on there instead. So I'll go through the books that aren't part of a series that are on there, I guess, and then we'll go from there. So the first one that isn't part of a series is I Will Never See the World Again. I got this at my year 13 awards evening at school. Still haven't read it. Need to read it. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, Gabrielle 7. The Book Thief, Marcus Zusak. I'm actually quite excited about that one, but I just haven't had time yet. The Things We Never Got Over. The Things We Hide from the Light. The Things We Left Behind. All by Lucy Score. 3-book series. Do you remember when the first 2 books came out and everyone was like, oh my god, why has she done that? Like, why has she done her name on the 2 opposite sides of the book? That's so stupid. I remember everyone ranting about that. It makes sense. I love it like that. I think it's super cute. So, obsessed. Then we have Iron Flame, Fourth Wing, Rebecca Yarros. So excited about these. My friend's just finished Onyx Storm and she's like, you need to hurry up and read them because they're so good. But there is a reason I'm not reading them yet, and that is because I'm currently in the middle. Oh, ice cream van, can you hear that? Should we go get some ice cream? Currently in the middle of a little series called Akatar, if anyone's heard of it. So I'm about to start A Court of Wings and Ruin, and then I will have 2 left. I don't know which order these come in. I think it's this one and then this one. But yeah, so we have A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and then A Court of Silver Flames, all by Sarah J Maas, obviously. Then I really want to read Throne of Glass, but it's just a bit too long for me right now. Just a bit too long. Then we have 6 of Crows, Leah Bardago, or Lee Bardago, and then Crooked Kingdom. I read, what's the series that's connected to this but comes before? I can't remember. Shadow and Bone? Is it Shadow and Bone? Is that the series or is that just the books? I don't know. But I read the series that technically is the same world but comes before this because I read that you should read them all. I think it was the 3rd book. Absolutely loved it. Literally made me cry. Now I can't wait to read these ones. I read that ages ago, but I can't wait to read those ones. I've just got to get my head around it, and I've just got to do a little bit more prep to be able to do it. We're going to talk through what's on my top shelf normally, which it tends to be kind of, I guess, quite popular books. That's what I try to do, like popular book talk books and whatnot. But at the minute, it's a bit of a mix, I think. But actually, I'm going to go through the other 2 that were on my floor. So we have Hunger Games, but I've read the first 3. I'm just on The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes now. And then obviously we have Sunrise on the Reaping. Basically, when I read the next Akatar book, when I finish the 2 books that I'm currently reading, my next mission is going to be Songbirds and Snakes, and then Sunrise on the Reaping, because Haymitch is my love. Haymitch, I adore him. And if I don't reach Haymitch's book soon, I actually might decompose. So that's the priorities list right now, to be honest. But there are a few others that I also want to read as well. Midnight Library, Matt Haig. I've read one of his books. I can't remember which one it was, but I've read How to Stop Time, I think. I really enjoyed it, so yeah. Tough Crowd, Andy Osho. The No-Show, Beth O'Leary. The Vanishing Half. Loads to Love You, Ali Hazelwood. I've tried to get in this a few times, but I think it's like a few stories in one, and I just couldn't. Anyway, The House We Grew Up In by Lisa Jewell. Again, haven't read any Lisa Jewell books. Really need to. So I will be getting onto that soon. Babel. This was huge for a little while. I really want to read that. I am actually really excited about this book. I started reading it a couple of years ago, and then I just, for some reason, just stopped. But that is The Immortal Life of Henrietta. The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And I started it and I was like really invested, but then I just couldn't, because it's not like a story, like you're gripped instantly, because it's a bit more like true, I guess. Yeah, it's quite hard. One day, still haven't watched the film because I wanted to read the book first. May have been a bit stubborn about that, but hey ho. You and Me on Vacation, another Emily Henry book. That one can go with the other one. Just Got Real, Jane Fallon, even. I really like this book. It's all pink. Love it. Notes on Execution. I've had this book for ages, but I'm so excited to read it. Like, I've seen one of the girls on Book Talk read this recently that I talked to quite a bit, and she loved it. But yeah, I need to read it. I literally bought it ages ago and I can't believe I haven't read it yet. The next book I started, I got probably 75% of the way through, and then I was like, I left it for too long, and I was like, I know I'm not going to be cut up about it at the end, so we're going to restart. That's A Little Life. We are going to restart. Surprisingly, I did quite well. The spine's only a little bit damaged. Surprise, surprise. I'm normally quite good at keeping my spines, but not on big books like that. Christina Lauren, The True Love. Love Christina Lauren books. Absolutely obsessed. 1,000 Boy Kisses, Tilly Cole. I tried to get into this a few times, couldn't, need to try again. So I've basically decided that I want to do the last shelf and a half in one go. So I've never been surrounded by more books, but the bottom shelf is kind of books that I am slightly less inclined to read. And I guess the other half of the other shelf is as well. So basically these are books that I've been putting off for a really long time. Some of them I've seen when I pulled them out and I've gone, oh, I need to put them on a different shelf so I see them a bit more. But serial killers, again, what can I say? At this point, is it like a worrying thing? The Ungrateful Refugee. I'm actually quite intrigued by that one. Dark Side of the Mind. So excited for that one. Old God's Time. Even Sebastian Barry. Quite excited about that. The Stranger Game. Oh, this was from The Works. Normally I take these stickers off straight away because then we have Blink, Chaos Later. The Choice. Mine. A Lie for a Lie. Julie Corbin. An Orphan in the Snow, Molly Green. Playing Dead, Julia Heberlin. That's what we're going with. Who knows? Librarian of Auschwitz, again with the Auschwitz book. Those Who Are Saved, this kind of gives historical fiction vibes. Three Little Lies, Laura Marshall. What We Did, Christabel Kent. Clap When You Land. I need to read this soon. Maybe next month. Is this a bride book? I think it is. Maybe it's not. Oh, it says Two Sisters. Maybe it's not. It's a teen book. I know that much. I'm going to read that soon. Dorothy Tombstone. The Rose Petal Beach. This was my mum's. And then she was going to throw it away. And I read one of like Dorothy Tombstone's books. And I really enjoyed it. So I took it off of her, but I still haven't read it, and that was nearly a year ago that I took it off of her, if not more than a year ago actually. So I can't get this sticker off for the life of me. Then we go, The Paper Palace, Miranda Cowley Heller. This is what I'm talking about. Glossy covers, absolutely not. I don't know why I had this. This was my mum's, Sophie Kinsella, The Undomestic Goddess. It'll probably be quite good, to be honest. This Summer Will Be Different, Carly Fortune. I tried to get into this. Could not. We'll see this time. Game of Lies, Claire McIntosh. I think this is a book in a series, and I don't think it's the first. I tried to get into it and I couldn't because I don't have the first book. The List, again, I've seen this book everywhere. I've actually seen mixed opinions on this book as well, actually. I've seen some people saying it's really good. I've seen some people saying it's not worth it. So we'll see what I think. I'm so excited for this book. I've been looking everywhere for this, and I went into a charity shop, and you can't even tell it's from a charity shop because it is so good quality. But Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, and when I say never been more excited, I've never been more excited. The Doctor of Hiroshima? Don't know how you say the place. Want to read the book. Funny that. Surviving the War. Again, can you tell some of these books, especially on this shelf that are coming out now, are my literal, like, old books I bought. And also a lot of these, like, thrillery crime books are what I bought when I thought I liked thriller and crime, before I'd really discovered romance, and that being like my, I guess now romance is kind of my palette cleanse when I do reach out and branch out more. But yeah, Lock Me In, Kate Simmons. I could cry. Madly Deeply, The Alan Rickman Diaries. I need to read this as soon as possible, actually. And yeah, I think I'm just going to read this alongside whatever I'm reading. Serial Killer's Wife, Alice Hunter. The Intimacy Experiment, Rosie Danan. Sorry. The Dog Share, Fiona Gibson. Interesting. Sea of Lost Love, Santa Montefiore. Haven't read any of her books. I need to. I'm not a huge destination reader, but maybe I need to start because, yeah. After I do Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my god, that can go with my other Taylor Jenkins Reid. The Hating Game, Sally Thorne. Can't believe I haven't read this either. And I, again, haven't watched the series or a film. I don't know. A film, I think. Because I wanted to read the book first. The Last Letter, Rebecca Yarros. I need to read that. I was obsessed with that when I saw that. I got that before I got the other two, Fourth Wing and that. You Were Gone, Tim Weaver. We're nearly there, guys. Hug and Kisses, Clara Christensen. The Summer Villa, Melissa Hill. The Swiss Chalet, Julia Kaplan. Dreaming of Rome, T.A. Williams. Before I Do, Sophie Cousins. I don't know if this one's part of a series. I'm not sure. Fates and Furies, Lauren Joff. I don't know. But I just love the cover. It screams fantasy, but I don't think it is. How interesting. Then we have Songbirds, Christy Leftery. Don't even know if that's pronounced right. Jojo Moyes, Me Before You. This is the second book. So annoyed, need to buy first. Queen High, CJ Carey. I just loved this book. I loved the cover when I bought it, and I think I just loved that as well. Like, how cool does that look? I seriously need a bigger bookshelf because this is ridiculous. A Sky Full of Stars, Danny Atkins. No more buying books for me. I'm sorry. The Agathas, Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. Gosh. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, Monica Murphy. I think this might be part... Well, this is definitely a series, but I don't know what book this is. I thought it was the first, but I don't think it is anymore. Maybe I was wrong when I bought it, so maybe not. Friend Request, Laura Marshall. Did I already have a Laura Marshall book? I feel like I did. If I did, then they need to be together. Oh well. The One We Fell in Love With, Page Toon. I haven't read any Page Toon books, actually. My mum would really like that book. This one is again from my mum, Sophie Kinsella, Remember Me. We'll see if I actually read it. Contigan, Terry. I used to be obsessed with Terry books. Like, obsessed. I loved Shattered, Slated and Fractured. Absolutely loved them. And then my mum bought me this for Christmas one year and I just couldn't get into it, didn't like it, but I am going to read it now. And then The Trophy Taker, so Sarah Flint. And that is every single book that I own. Hope you've enjoyed. That is my whole TBR, and comment down below if there's any that you want me to read, because I need to get through this TBR desperately and we're going to be doing one book at a time. So comment anything you want to see me read, or that you just think I should read. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. It's been a little bit of a long one, I do apologise, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon for a brand new video. Bye!